Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer/football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future team's predictions. All right. Today's prediction video will be for Saturday, August 30th, and I have for you guys a 6-game slate. This will be for the English Premier League. Like always, we'll talk about teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries. We'll talk about the total, and then I'll give you my predictions. All right, I'm making this video before the games on Friday, so I can't give you any outcome. I think they just started, and I think it's 1-0, 2-0, something like that. Elche, I think, is winning, so we'll see if the total under 2.5 happens, right? But anyways, let's get straight into it because we got a lot of games to cover real quick. First on the list, we have Chelsea versus Fulham. Chelsea at home, money line -169. Fulham on the road, money line plus 435. That's crazy. Injuries. Chelsea do have 5 injured players and 3 questionable. Fulham don't have any injuries. So the total sitting at 3. Team total sitting at 1.5 for Chelsea and Fulham at 0.5. Now with no injuries, I don't see how Fulham can't cover a goal. Let's see. As far as Chelsea allowing their opponents to score their 5 most recent games, they actually have been pretty good. They even held PSG at 0. So damn, Bayern 2? That's crazy. AC Milan did score 1. Chelsea versus Fulham did score 1. Crystal Palace did not. So basically in 5 games, only 2 teams were able to score only 1. So wow, Chelsea's defense is on fire. They still haven't taken an L in their 5 most recent games. They got 4 wins and 1 draw. Fulham, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 L. Let's see. Between these 2 teams going head to head, Fulham have covered this 0.5, 2 out of their 5 most recent head to head. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna risk my money on that 0.5 for Fulham, especially how Chelsea has been really good. Okay, give me Chelsea to win here, straight up. And as far as points, as far as that 3, between these 2 teams going head to head, they've only been able to cover this 3 twice. It has not gone over and it has gone under 3 times. So I'm gonna say under 3. If Chelsea ends up scoring 3, but I don't know. I don't see it going over 3 because you have to depend on Fulham to score a goal for it to go over. Well, not really, but technically, I don't see Chelsea scoring over 3, even though they've been able to cover this over 3 twice in their 5 most recent games. I just don't see it happening because between these 2 teams, like I said, they've gone head to head before and it hasn't gone over 3. So I'm gonna say under 3 total points, but I don't think I want to risk my money on that. I think the best bet here would probably be total points over 1.5 for Chelsea. I feel like they can score 2. They have been able to cover this 2, 3 out of their 5 most recent head-to-head between both these 2 teams. So yeah, give me Chelsea to win straight up, or if I had to do points, I would do Chelsea over 1.5. All right, on to the next game. We have Manchester United versus Burnley. Now, Manchester United only have 1 injured player and Burnley have 4 injured players. So that to me right away tells me, yeah, Manchester United are going to win. They should win. They should be able to. They are at home and they do have that advantage. But Manchester United, they're not reliable, right? In their 5 most recent games, they only got 1 win, 2 L's, 2 draws. So, and Burnley, they're on fire. They got 4 wins and 1 L. Now, I don't know if the game prior to this one they got injuries, but I mean 4 injured players is something. And surprisingly, Burnley are up higher in the table than Manchester United, but not by a lot. Regardless, they are up higher in the table. Now, between both of these two teams going head to head, they've tied twice. Manchester United have won twice. No, 3 times. Yeah, Manchester United have won 3 times and they have tied twice in their 5 most recent head to head between both of these two teams. So, Burnley yet has not been able to beat Manchester United. Will they win on this one? I wouldn't put my money on it. I would not put my money on it. Even though they've been doing great, I just don't see them beating Manchester United. Manchester United, our favorite money line is at negative 282. Burnley money line is at plus 715. That is wild. I'm going to have to say Manchester United to win here. But the total sitting at 3, and team total sitting at 2.5 for Manchester United. Burnley at 0.5. As far as Manchester United allowing their opponents to score, they have actually allowed their opponents to score 5 out of 5. So I'm going to have to say Burnley to score a goal here. I feel like they can do this. Between both of these two teams going head to head, Burnley have covered this 0.5, 3 out of their 5 most recent head to head. So I'm going to say that 0.5. I feel like that can happen. But I think the best bet here would probably be total points under 3, just because it has only gone over once in their 5 most recent head-to-head. And this was literally, 3-4 years ago? So, yeah, I'm going to say total points under 3. Or probably Manchester under 2.5, team total under 2.5. I don't think they can. No, not that they can. They could. They haven't been able to do this. In their 5 most recent games between Manchester United, they have not been able to go over this 2.5. So maybe team total under 2.5 for Manchester United. But yeah, this one's a risky one, guys. This one's a risky. I don't know. Maybe I'll put in a parlay with Chelsea and Manchester United. Maybe. Who knows? All right, on to the next game. We have Sunderland versus Brentford. Sunderland are at home, but they're not favorite. Brentford on the road, they are favorite. Money line is sitting at plus 150. So both of these two teams are at plus money line. Sunderland at plus 200 and Brentford at plus 150. Total points sitting at 2.5. Team total points sitting at 1.5 for both of these two teams. Sunderland with 3 injured players, 1 questionable. Brentford with 2 injured players and 1 questionable. Between both of these two teams going head to head, they've gone head to head 3 times. Those 3 times, they've tied once and Brentford have won twice. So Sunderland have yet to beat Brentford. I'm going to have to say Brentford to win here. Even though Sunderland have started off with the right foot in the door by beating West Ham, they just haven't been that good at ever since that, right? They ended up playing Burnley. They lost 2-0. Then they played for that Carabao Cup. They tied 1-1. So I was expecting more out of them. I don't know if I can trust them going forward or going against Brentford for that matter. So I'm going to have to say Brentford to win here. Total points sitting at 2.5. And both team total for both of these two teams are at 1.5. I don't see Sunderland going over 1.5. So probably that's the best bet. Sunderland going under 1.5. They've only been able to cover this once between both of these two teams going head to head. In their 5 most recent games, as far as them covering this, they've only done it twice. So I'm going to say Sunderland under 1.5. And as far as a win, give me Brentford. I do see this going over 2.5 though. I do see Brentford covering this 1.5 and Sunderland at least covering a 0.5. Between both of these two teams going head to head, they have covered this 2.5 2 out of the 3 times. So Give me total points over 2.5, Sunderland under 1.5, and Brentford over 1.5. And as far as a win, if I had to pick a win here, give me Brentford. All right, on to the next game. We have Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Now, this one's a tough one because I want to say Tottenham straight out the gate, but Bournemouth has. I've literally bet against this team, and I'm gonna say at least 80% of the time when I do that, I end up losing. So I don't know how I feel about this, but the one thing that kind of drives me into doing that bet of Tottenham winning is the fact that in their Bournemouth's 5 most recent games, they've only got 1 win, 4 L's. So I don't know what's going on with them. I feel like this could be a good chance for me to get this dub and just bet straight out Tottenham to win. But like I said, if I end up doing this bet and I do go for Tottenham and I end up losing, I probably won't bet against or for Bournemouth just because it's starting to become a pattern where I take an L when I bet with or against Bournemouth. So I might take my chance if I do bet this one and bet Tottenham to win straight up. But as far as points, total points is at 3. Team total points is at 1.5 for both of these two teams. Injuries, Tottenham do have 4 injured players and 2 questionable. Bournemouth, 1 player with a red card and 2 injured players. Between both of these two teams going head to head, they've tied once. Tottenham have won twice and Bournemouth have won twice. So 2-2-1 tied. Let's see. Tottenham's 5 most recent games, 2 wins, 2 L's, 1 draw. So they're not sitting all that best either. But as far as the English Premier League goes, they do have 2 straight wins. That's more than I can say about Bournemouth. So money line right now is at negative 136 for Tottenham. Bournemouth at plus 323. So yeah, this one's a tough one. For me, it's a tough one. I don't know about y'all, but I'm probably gonna do Tottenham to go straight up, or I'll do Tottenham over 1.5. Let's see, their 5 most recent games, they have been able to cover this 1.53 out of their 5 most recent games. In between both of these two teams, they have covered this 1.54 out of their 5 most recent head-to-head between these two teams. So give me Tottenham over 1.5. If I had to do points, then give me Tottenham over 1.5. And if I do straight up win, I'm going to say Tottenham. That's just what I see happening. Now, as far as it going over 3, that's a little bit on the not so sure side. Just because it has gone over 3 out of their 5 most recent head-to-head, I just don't see it happening. And this is that pattern I was talking about with that other game is the same thing. This is how it goes. It goes over 3, then under 3, then over 3, then under 3, then over 3. So the predictions here, the pattern here, as far as going over and under, it's basically saying that this next game it's going to go under 3. So, but now, will I put my money on that table for that? Probably not, but that's what it says here. It's going to go under 3. If you follow the pattern, then it's going to go under 3. But I think the best bet here will be Tottenham over 1.5. And as far as a win, give me Tottenham. All right, on to the next game. We have Wolverhampton at home versus Everton. Total sitting at 2.5. Money line is sitting at 1.5. Injuries, Wolverhampton got 1 player with the red card, 1 injured player, and 1 questionable. Everton, one injured player, and one questionable. Money line is sitting plus money for both of these two teams. Wolverhampton at plus 178 and Everton plus 162. Now, Everton is favored just by a little, even though they're at plus money. And I can see why. This is what I was talking about, Everton. They do have 2 wins, 2 L's, and 1 draw, though. For some reason, I thought they were doing better than that. But, I mean, 2 most recent games, 2-0. So that's pretty good. And that's more than I can say about Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton have 1 win and 3 L's, 1 draw. Now, as far as the English Premier League goes, they are yet to win. So, yeah, give me Everton to win on this one. But I'm not surprised if this ends up as a tie. They have tied twice in their 5 most recent head-to-head between both of these two teams. So, but I don't know. I feel like Everton have been crushing it. I feel like they got it. I feel like they can win this one. They have won once between both these two teams going head-to-head, and Wolverhampton have won twice, and the other 2 were ties. So, I don't know. I just feel like Everton can win this one. They showed they can step it up these last 2 games. So, I don't know. I feel like they can win this one. Like I mentioned, Wolverhampton only 1 win, 3 L's, 1 draw. Yeah, they're at home, but they're not even favored at home. So, which is like, that's crazy to me. As far as total points, 2.5. Let's see, between both of these two teams going head to head, they have covered this 2.5, 2 out of their 5 most recent games. So that's not even promising. And as far as that 1.5, both of these two teams have only been able to cover this one. So yeah, this is going to be a low scoring game. I don't know how low scoring game. I don't know if this will be a 2-1 or 1-1, 1-0 kind of game. I do feel like this will be a low scoring game, but I don't know. Maybe Wolverhampton under 1.5. Just because they've only been able to cover this over this 1.5, they've only been able to cover this one. But then I could say the same thing about Everton. But recently, Wolverhampton haven't been all that great. So I'm going to say Wolverhampton under 1.5 if I had to do points, or maybe total points under 2.5. Not 100% sure yet how I want to do this one. But at least as far as points, I don't know how I want to do this one. But as far as a win, I'm going to do straight up Everton to win this one. They've been proving themselves their 2 most recent games. And especially going against Brighton. That, to me, that's surprising. Surprising, because Brighton have won plenty of games that I didn't think they would win. So give me Everton to win here, straight up. And as far as points, if I had to do points, I would do Wolverhampton under 1.5. All right, on to the last game of the video, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to win. I'm curious to see what would be your predictions. Just throw them out there just to see what would happen. If you hit your predictions, I'll give you a shout out. Why not? All right, Leeds at home. They're not favored against my Newcastle. Now, Newcastle have yet to win a game, so I'm rooting for them this one. They should be able to win this one. In both of these two teams going head to head, they've tied 3 times. And Newcastle have won once, Leeds have won once. So the most recent win from Newcastle between Leeds and Newcastle was Newcastle on the road. That was the most recent win from Newcastle against Leeds. So right now, Newcastle is on the road. It could happen. I feel like it could happen. So give me Newcastle to win straight up here. They are favored, but they are at plus money. So maybe you can get some money off of this. They're at plus 108, Leeds at plus 250. So give me Newcastle to win here. And as far as points, I'm probably going to have to say Newcastle over 1.5. Both of these two teams are at 1.5, but Newcastle, yeah, they've only been able to cover this once. Leeds surprisingly have covered this twice between both of these two teams. Let's see, their 5 most recent games. So Newcastle, their 5 most recent games, they've been buns. 3 L's, 2 draws. Leeds not looking all that great either. They only got 1 win, 2 L's, and 2 draws. So, yeah, this one's going to be a tough one. Not surprised if this ends up as a tie. I'll be pissed if this ends up as a tie, but I think Newcastle could win this one. They should be able to win this one. So I'm going to put my money on Newcastle. Injuries, Leeds have 200 players, 1 questionable. Newcastle, 1 player with a red card and 3 questionable. So, but give me Newcastle to win straight up here. And as far as points, I'm going to have to say maybe total points under. I feel like it could be a low-scoring game. They've only been able to cover this 2.5 or at least gone over twice in their 5 most recent head-to-head. So I'm going to say total points under 2.5. And as far as a win, give me Newcastle. But then again, I'm just being biased. This is my team and I want them to win. I'm not surprised if this ends up as a tie or Leeds end up winning just because they're at home and they got that advantage. But this could be more of a tie than anything else. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope the information I gave you was good enough for you guys to make the right choices. I hope you guys end up winning. But most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.